Hi, I'm Steve Krasnowski. I am the assistant principal at Sanborn Regional High School. I'm also the administrator for the ninth grade. I wanted to welcome students, eighth graders, as well as parents, any other family members that may be watching this. This is our sort of program, our introduction that we do every year during Parent Teacher Night in January. However, with COVID and it being um, a virtual year for those meetings, we're not able to do that. So I thought it'd be good to come on and do this, sort of the new way for this year, so that you guys had the information as quickly as possible with the most advanced notice as possible, just to kind of give you a heads up on what to expect as we move forward over the next few months. So with that, I will just sort of jump in and yeah, let's get going. So again, this is mostly for informational purposes, just to sort of give you a heads up on sort of the expectations for high school. You may have had family members that have come through here before, so you may have some idea, but things typically change pretty often as we find new and exciting things, and our needs change and your needs change. So again, I'm Steve Krasnowski. I'm the assistant principal. I also focus strategically on the ninth and 10th grade students. Mr. Matt Malilla is the new assistant principal, and he works with 10th and 11th graders. Heidi Levitt is our director of school counseling. You will definitely be affected by Heidi Levitt at some point in your high school career, whether you know it or not. And Mr. Robert Dawson is our athletic director and assistant principal as well. So these are the names and the faces that you'll have to get used to seeing, and we'll show your faces soon. But by the end of this presentation, I want you to we're going to give you an outlook of what our school building looks like. Again, we'll give you a tour down the line. We'll talk a little bit about our schedule, some of our classes, and some of our teachers. We'll understand how the course selection process will take place, and we'll provide you extracurricular opportunities and special programs that will be open to you as a Sanborn Regional High School student. And so let's jump into some of those things. I will be honest and tell you we will probably not focus too much on number one, just because we'd rather do that in some activities that will be forthcoming in the next week or so. And I do have a virtual tour that we gave to our current ninth graders as we entered this year remotely, so I will be sharing that as well. So let's start with what our Sanborn community is. We have small learning communities. We have our PLCs, which are really important in the work that we do. We have our ninth grade freshman learning community. That's where we focus really strategically on the high school transition. The high school transition is one of the most important times in your career, because now things really, really do count. And if you're someone who has their heart set on college, this is where we have to start creating those plans and holding to those plans and start, really working on those plans. If you're someone who might be looking at trades, well, we have opportunities here for internships and ELOs to get you involved in things that you may not find in the normal classroom setting, and that's okay. There's something for everyone. So, it's important, though, as you enter high school, to start thinking about what those next steps look like to you. So ninth grade, it's a very close-knit group. The teachers are a very close-knit group, and there's a lot of scaffolding or supports for the incoming freshmen. And as you go on through the year, we start taking away some of those supports to help give you some of that independence that you will need whether you graduate for college or to a trade. It is a skill you'll need. Grade 10 is our sophomore experience. It's a project-based learning experience with a community focus, so kids really do get a say in the project that they choose, and there are a lot of skills that get worked in throughout the year for that project. And then in grades 11 and 12, which is our junior senior team, we explore those college and career options really in depth. So we really try and make it something for everyone. And it really is a place where if you have some interests in something, you can make it your own and really go far with it. So here are some of our electives that we offer. Automotive, band, CAD, which is a computer design course, ceramics course, creating games and apps, which is always a popular one, history of rock and roll, modern media, which is another computer class, tech for the 21st century. We have a visual arts course, which is always popular, woodworking, and some world language as well. And again, these are all current, and students will vote with their feet, and as long as the demand is there for these electives, we will be able to offer them. Some other things I did want to mention. We do have honors, so that can be incorporated. In ninth grade, we contract in. So honors classes are optional, but they're available to any student who keeps up with the expectations that we have to be an honors student. We give those requirements out in contracts at the beginning of the year, and typically in October we start meeting in those honors classes during FLT. It's some additional work that students are responsible for. So as we grow closer to those times and those decisions, your teachers will definitely keep you in the loop. We'll have discussions at the open house night in the beginning of the year and all those sort of things, just to keep you in the loop and answer any questions that you may have. So, New Hampshire Scholars Program. This is usually when I bring Ms. Levitt up to talk about the wonderful advantages of this, but I think I will try and do it justice. So if you have the idea that you want to go to college after you graduate high school, this is an excellent thing to strive for. It's open to all students at the high school. And what you get as a New Hampshire Scholar is free applications to 10 New Hampshire institutes. So it saves you those $25, $50, $100 application fees at our local schools. Merit scholarships based in various colleges throughout New Hampshire. And at our graduation, you would receive a medallion, a gold seal on your diploma, and it would be noted on your transcript. It really is a wonderful distinction. I really suggest taking advantage of it. So right now, the minimum schedule requirements for the New Hampshire Scholars Program, as it was for this year, English would be 4 credits. You have to take 3 credits of math, 3 science credits with 2 approved lab sciences, 3.5 credits of social studies, and 2 credits of world language. And it has to be the same language. It has to be 2 of French, 2 Spanish. A lot of colleges like to see more than 2 years, so typically if you're going to college, you try and take 3 or 4 years of a language. One other thing I wanted to show, and this may change over the next couple of months as we do some work in our district committees looking at our graduation requirements. We offer 3 different options at Sanborn. We offer a college and career diploma, which is our normal 28 credit diploma, and we offer a college and career diploma with distinction at 32 credits, and our minimum New Hampshire Standards diploma, which is 20 credits. You typically would need to have the SAU approve that. It's not one that our students typically get. So these are the 2 that we normally offer. The credits may change in the upcoming years, but right now that's what we can present to you. Some other things that we are really excited about at Sanborn that I think are fantastic. Especially, this will be my fourth year here, but coming in and learning about this was amazing. Our focused learning time, or you'll hear it as FLT, is a time dedicated to students built into the day, where they can get enrichment, extra help, or work on other things that are meaningful to them or that they need. It is, in a way, a sort of a study hall, but it's very strategic. You don't just go to a room and work. Essentially, you will receive in your schedule, you meet with your advisor, and 2 days out of that, our schedule, it's a 6-day rotation, and we'll go over more of that in the future as well. We have a 6-day schedule right now, and on 2 of those days, you meet with your advisory. And with your advisor, you talk about what's going well in classes, you're looking at grades, you're looking at things that might be missed. Also, incorporating conversations teachers are having with each other through our team meetings, our PLC meetings. And we're making decisions with students about where we should be spending this extra time, those other 4 days of the week. So if a student is struggling in math and is falling behind in their work, the advisor might say, hey, this is a time where for the next few days you should be going and doing that extra time. This is a period of time that is built into the student's schedule. The students always can stay after school. We offer tutoring in the library, but this is a no excuse, no frills opportunity for students to meet with a teacher and work on things that they are either behind on or struggling with. If a student is not struggling or behind on something, we offer enrichment opportunities or clubs even, or honors as well. So it is definitely something that should be taken advantage of. Speaking of advisory, again, we have a 6-day cycle. It meets twice, once every 3 days. It's non-academic. It's meant to build team camaraderie. It's also meant to focus on student organizational skills, their executive skills, making sure that they understand what they need to be doing in school, if we need to be working on a skill as a district, or if we're trying to do certain initiatives or testing. Advisory might be the best place for us to do that. Athletics. All right, so Mr. Dawson is an amazing athletic director, and he'd be able to answer any question that you might have. His email is rdawson@sau17.net. But here are some of the things that we offer. Students are also allowed to participate in swimming and wrestling programs with permission from our athletic director, Mr. Dawson. I know that this year we were swimming with another school, and recently, due to COVID, had to stop. But hopefully next year, that's something that we can jump back into. And again, some of these sports haven't been able to take place this year due to COVID, but these are the athletics that we typically offer. Also, here are some clubs that we offer. I'm not going to go through each of them. Feel free to take your time, go through them. This is what we offer this year. But we are pretty much an open book when it comes to things like clubs. If you have interests, all you basically have to do is find some like-minded people and find an adult, like a teacher, who would be willing to sort of be there and help you run it. So there are always people looking to start new things. So come in open mind and just get involved. It really is, high school. I'm not just talking about Sanborn. High school really is what you make it to be. So I think it's important to really just come in with an open mind and take advantage of the things that are available for you. So some final thoughts. It's been a crazy year and a half almost. Well, I say a year. Our goal, as always, as a high school, as a school, is to make sure your students' high school experience is challenging, engaging, meaningful, enjoyable. It's important. We want you to be here. We want you to feel like you belong here. And it is a community. Some of the things that we push really hard at the high school is is trying different things and being afraid to fail gloriously, fail big. That's how you learn. That's the best way for learning. It's when you fail to look back and think about what went wrong. And when you succeed, how could we make it even better? It's all about reflection. Anyway, my next steps, we'll be sending out a virtual tour that we did at the beginning of this year, and then sending you information about our program of studies, and then sending information out about how you will go about signing up for classes. Typically, we have gone to the sending schools and have met with students and have signed them up directly. The director of school counseling and I have been meeting to work with how that might look a little different in COVID times. So anyway, feel free to give me a call if you have any questions. You can find me at this number here, or the email that this came with. The email also will have the tour in there as well, and probably some additional information that I'm just not thinking about now. So you'll start hearing a lot from me, and feel free to give me a call and ask any questions that you might have. Thank you.